Myself, Phil Griggs, the host, and also joined by the wonderful psychologist and astrologer Guiomar Ramirez-Montesinos. We'll be talking everything spiritual, astrological, etherical, and anything else you'd like to talk about during the show. And I'll be joined by all these guys. See, they're all there, yeah, and you guys. So, okay, let's do this and let's get rocking. Well, I don't know where you are around the world, guys, but I've got to tell you here, I'm in Spain. I'll tell you what, it's an absolutely gorgeous morning. So if you haven't got sunshine, we're sending you love and rays out there. Love and rays, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Don't always have this, but there we go. Anyway, Susanna says good morning. And good morning to you, Susanna. And I hope you're well and enjoying your day so far. Fantastic. Lovely to see you. Okay, so during the show today, we've got loads of things here. We've got a little bit of the current times of astrology. We also got to your live mini readings. Yeah, we've also got other gossip where we've got to talk about here. And as per usual, this show is never planned. It's always ad hoc because it's the only way it can work. How's that? It's the only way. So, Lucy Hink says, good morning. Good morning, lovelies. Now, isn't that nice when someone calls you lovelies? Yes, well, you're lovely back. And Eleni Sava says, good morning. Good morning to you too. We've got, oh, cracky, you're all coming on this morning. Rebecca, and Emma Parslow Cope, good morning to you too. And Midia, a very, very good morning to you too. So, already you guys, around the world there, we got Cyprus, we've got England, we've got... Spain, and we've got other countries as well. I think Jordan this morning. So a very, very good morning to see you all. And just to let you know, guys, this is what we'd like you to do during the show. Because this is a free show, guys, this is what we're asking you to do. Is just share. Yeah, share. And we're just, which the share button is just down there on your right-hand side of the screen. Just press the share button. That then goes out to all your contacts and all your friends, just to let the people know this show is going live, and so our numbers get out there because it's free. That's all we are. So we've actually got 3 dragons just to help you guys out. We love dragons. Well, I think it's about time I got on my very, very special guest. So, guys, there, yes, just send out your stuff. That'd be great. Just press the share button. That'd be magic. A little bit later on the show, we could do your live video readings. I'm going to bring on my fabulous guest, though. This is the wonderful Guiomar Ramirez-Montesinos. And some people say she was born under the stars. Some people say she was from America. Some people say she's just down the road in Javier. Well, what I could tell you is she's here. Good morning.
Good morning, Phil. How are you?
I'm very, very, very well indeed. And it's lovely to see everybody coming on the show. Lovely to see you guys. And yes. So, how has your week been?
Sleepy, very sleepy, because I'm not feeling very well. Because when spring starts, it's kind of normal to have this feeling of like being a bit off, being a bit tired. Some people have headaches. I have my nose was bleeding. You were talking about your stuffy nose. So this strange feeling is like normal in springtime. According to the Chinese medicine, what happens is that so spring is wood element, and wood element is all about expression, growth, coming forward, shooting up, right? So that requires a lot of energy. Astrologically, it's Aries.
Okay.
So we have that Aries energy, but water is the element before wood. And if water is weak, when spring starts, then instead of shooting forward, we just collapse downward.
It's
right.
Funny,
So that's,
yes, I spoke to yes.
Yeah, that's why, because there's Mars is conjunct the nodes. we have Sun, Chiron, and
Okay.
Venus in Aries, and you
Right.
think, okay, there's a lot of energy to move forward and so forth, and it's like, nope, we just came from a lot of water.
Okay, right. I'm going to bring on astrology chart in just a moment. Yes, I was talking to the local bear in the cave in the woods, and he was sort of yawning, saying, "No, not yet, not yet. No conversation just yet." He wanted another day or two to wake up. Hence, we have this energy, guys. Are you all feeling like this sort of coming out of your cave in the woods sort of feeling? That bear, the bear feel, the bear necessities.
Yeah.
Yes.
And together with the Cancer moon.
Oops, just shrink that down there and just bring it into the middle. There we are. Yeah.
Together with the Cancer moon that we had yesterday and the day before, and that Pluto that has no aspects, it's on its own. So
It is,
Pluto,
yes.
Pluto in Cancer and the Cancer, the Pluto in Capricorn, the Cancer moon were like, hey, you still got some patterns down there that you're looking at, and lots of the issues had to do with Mars issues or Aries issues, which is violence. So it's not that we encountered violence; it's that to our awareness came situations or pattern related to strict authorities, bad authority figures that were
Yeah.
either violent, strict, demeaning, or that would suppress you. So these patterns, mental patterns, which could come up, it doesn't mean that you have had that experience in your life. Probably most likely it comes from your ancestors, but that feeling of insecurity, hence the water element in Chinese medicine, that makes you feel like shaky inside, that you can't sustain yourself well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's that kind of patterns that have come up these past days. No, what are your fears? What are you afraid of? What's your relationship to authority? Um, are you do you own your own personal authority? Because if we understand that we're not in patriarchy anymore, so nobody has a right to yell at you. They can do it, but it doesn't mean they're right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make this difference. So somebody can be mad at you, angry at you, or tell you you've done things wrong, but that doesn't mean they're right. That means they're traumatized.
That's very interesting. Very, very
And
interesting.
if you get triggered by that, it's because you are traumatized by the same thing they are.
Well,
So
that's
that
yes.
that
Yes.
comes to the fore now.
Yes.
So if we could deeply understand how violence or bad authority um, is synonymous of childhood trauma of some sort, then maybe we could, instead of being scared by those authority figures, be more passionate
Yes.
about those figures and understand that behind that yelling, that forcefulness, that aggressiveness is a child in a lot of pain and very lonely.
It's very interesting that you're saying this because I've been talking to a lot of people in England, people I've been reading for, and it's all places, but especially some recent clients in England. They're very anxious about actually coming out into the open. And they say to me here, they're not enjoying it because everybody is different. Everybody's quite feeling very insecure. People are becoming, people were saying here that they just looked out the window and all they saw were people with like down faces and feeling very, very confused, anxious. This energy is changing people. And even to speak to a couple of clients yesterday, they said here they're not really in abundant. They're thinking that they're going to rush out there and go and party. They're going like, no, I'm not going to rush. They've got to take it very carefully. And I think it's wise. I think it's wise to listen to these energies, but knowing it's out there, but you don't have to become part of it. You could just observe it. Observe
Yeah,
it, I think, is an important part.
what I think is interesting also, so you have had experience working in jails. So
Yes,
you know what it's like when an inmate has to go to the outer world,
they're
or their
terrified.
relationship to, or how they are inside because of what they, why are they in, how did they land in jail? It's because basically they were traumatized children.
Yes. Oh, the social environment around them is what got them into it because that's all they knew. Yes, very much so. And only you talk about and this is factual. This is that a lot of the people then who leave jail, about 66%, unfortunately, end up back in it again.
Because
They go
jails,
back in the same
the
environment.
system, the system doesn't fix anything.
No.
We can't fix the problem, stealing, robbing, killing, just by punishing. That's ridiculous. Punishing is what caused the problem.
It's 11/11. Make a wish. 11/11. Guys, make a wish out there. Think of something powerful. Be creative. Do something which is going to lift you from the old energies of the past and get yourself out of feeling.
So compassion.
Beat your chest.
Compassion is the key. No, compassion is the
compassion.
key.
Have a compassionate beat on your chest. That's it. Sorry. Anyway, never mind.
So
anyway, yes.
Compassion is the key. Compassion is understanding that bad behavior comes from inner hurt.
Okay.
So
Yes.
if we are able to sustain, to hold, to understand, to feel for those who have bad behaviors, even pedophiles, okay, the world would be a better place. There would be less pedophiles. There would be less killers, assassins, thieves.
It's a very vulnerable, difficult subject to talk about that. I worked with some of them in the jails, and when you hear the stories, although it's not acceptable, you understand why they ended up like that.
Exactly.
It's
so there's a story. There's a story behind every single human being. Okay, here it's a bit extreme, maybe those who are in jail, but apply the same principles to your partner, to your friends, to your boss, to the people around you. No, so we always falling into judgment, and saying, okay, this is good, this is bad, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, and the only truth is bad behavior, and let's define bad behavior as a behavior that is not naturally coherent with the rest of the people around you. Yes. So when you are connected to you, you are automatically in coherence to the people around you. And when you're in coherence, what happens is that you connect and synchronize those around you. So automatically, everybody shows their best behavior.
Right. Okay.
Just by one person holding their own coherence.
Okay.
Okay. So
okay.
If we understand that people by their bad behavior, if we are actually able to be more compassionate and understand that they behave that way because they have a story behind them. And if that story triggers you, it's because you have the same story.
Yes. Sorry about the muffled sound there, guys. I didn't realise that a microphone was out of sync, but it's now back in sync. And thank you, Deborah, for letting me know. Hope you will hear me now. Anyway, right. Okay. Yes. So this is interesting stuff. And I think it's interesting when you talk about jail. What have we heard in the past year? Lockdown. That's like jail. Then we hear about the unlock. That's like jail. So we've been in jail, and it's coming back out into a society which is very different, and people are different. People are thinking differently. It's people saying, "Oh, great, we can all go back to the old ways."
No.
It's all different. Very much changing. Okie dokie. Loads going on this morning. It's lovely energy this morning, isn't it? And I think it's, although we're a bit nasally because spring is coming here and we can feel that energy, there is a bit of a lift in the air. We've got a moon in Leo this morning. So it's a great time to go be creative. Think out there and just go and shine your light. Go and have a bit of a roar. In fact, I think here, guys, this is what we like to do this morning. At some point, you can feel and be like this. That's it. Be a compassionate lion. You look at my sound effects sometimes thinking, what?
That sounds like somebody I know snoring.
Not me. Brilliant. Okay. Now, as we go along through this week here, we start to come more into spring here. Moon in Leo. We've got Pluto, which is an aspect at the moment, as you're saying there, because it's just come out of an aspect of Venus. It's just left the aspect there, which is a nice one. Mercury's just left the aspect with Mars, and a little bit of a shift in change now. A shift of change in energy. We've got this Mars effect going through Gemini, which is like spreading energy out there. But Mars is like everywhere, isn't it? When it goes through Gemini, it spreads out wide. But it is about how we relate to other people, though.
Yeah, but I don't see things picking up too much because
No.
look at the sun. It's conjunct Chiron. I don't know if you
Yes.
have Chiron there, but
This is not on this chart. No.
so the sun is in Chiron or in Aries, and sun is conjunct Chiron. So that's not a particularly like that configuration doesn't have much of an initiative. It's like I want to do things, but I don't know how to. I'm afraid to. So there's this authority issue. It's this I'm not empowered enough. I don't feel empowered enough to move forward like the way I want to. And the sun is making a sextile to Mars and conjunct the node.
Yes.
So
yes.
Now is at 3, and it's going to go faster than the sun, than Mars. So that's going to go on for quite a while, like quite a few days, at least a week or 10 days.
Sextiles are interesting aspects because although they're positive, we often come across a sextile. And just to give you an analogy of a sextile, guys, this is like it's like something that you're good at, but sometimes we pass it by and think, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or do something tomorrow, which if you did it would have a positive outcome. It's not a lazy aspect. It's like, all right, I'll do it. But it's something if you work at, you become very successful at. I think sometimes we just need to, although we're coming into the spring, I think sometimes we just need to chill out a bit. Do you think?
Oh, definitely. I mean, and especially with the energy right now, that we need to take care of ourselves and be calm and go to. You can see the sea if you can go to the sea or eat seafood or fish or pears. All that's going to help the water element.
Yes.
So we need that nurturing and that taking care of ourselves to be able to start harnessing that expressive energy.
So we need to eat right and we need to rest. And although we're coming out in spring thinking, yay, we've got to spring out there with a spring step and do what bunnies do. And
Not yet.
Not yet. Just be like the bear. Just go back into your cave for a couple of days. Just relax. It's almost like we need something just to relax to, don't we? Something just to feel peaceful with. Oh, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Who's at the front door? I wasn't expecting this. Oh, hey, everybody, look, it's Janina.
Hi, Janina.
I just dropped in.
Dropped in. That's very nice to see you. How are you?
Very good. Very good. And you? Thank you so much for opening the door for me.
That's all right. That's all right.
On the neighborhood.
I hope you tipped. I hope you tipped the man with the white gloves and the top hat as you came in through the door.
Yes, I did. I gave him a big hug and a thank you. He was very kind.
He liked that. He'll remember you now. Maybe he'll let you in again. He might even let you out.
Oh, well, that's another story. Yeah, getting out.
Great. Well, we're just talking about retreat. Well, we're not retreat.
I know. I heard the
cue.
cue.
About good, just coming down. So, what is it you're up to?
Well, thank you very much for giving me this little time to promote. This Saturday, the 27th, we have a half-day retreat with Nati De Prati Yoga and Tribus. Right. We have organized a really cool half-day retreat for the full moon. It's on Saturday, but it's the best time for us, morning, daytime. Still, getting dark early, so we want to do it in the morning when there's plenty of light. So the retreat is taking place in Javia, on the way to Pedreguer. It's a beautiful townhouse with a great garden, a little forest in the back, plenty of sun. It's beautiful, with a whole area for yoga under the trees, so we can hear the birds and the wind, and it's going to be great. And we're going to start at 10 with some yoga practices with Nati, with the guru, like I call her. And then after that, we're going to do some conscious movement, conscious walk, to connect with ourselves, to connect with within, alone. And after that, we're going to enjoy an alkaline lunch because, like you said, spring is coming and we want to get really energetic and really getting all the goodness of all the fresh food that is coming now. So we always have a really nice alkaline lunch.
Brilliant.
And then after that, we finish with a little circle. We'll have some tea and just chat about all this, and chat about the full moon in Libra that we're gonna have, and what health aspects we can help with this moon, what we can do, little rituals and little practices to start what we like to call the cycle of water in the body, and start moving the water. And get healthy and also raise the vibration now. Like you said, spring is coming, and a little change of environment is great. So we are doing it this Saturday. You can book on ommyretreat.com. ommyretreat.com.
That sounds fantastic.
We still have spaces, so everybody welcome.
I've got a great idea. If you'd like to post all your details into the Cafe Clairvoyance group as soon as you come off and then people can come on there and they can go look at that. So guys, if you go to Cafe Clairvoyance group, if you're not a member, go and click on it, go and join it, and you can see all the details. Right there. All the details. That would be absolutely fantastic. So
I'm going right there. Also, when you're on the website, check out the sailing retreats we have for the end of April, when we're going to go on a beautiful yacht through all the beaches in the Mediterranean. We're going to do sub yoga on the beach, places that you cannot get on foot, that we're only going to get on the boat. So go on the website and check it out, and join us. It's going to be amazing.
This is Shanina Crusoe. Nice. You heard of Robinson Crusoe? This is Shanina Crusoe. She's taking you on. She'll be there with a.
I'm going to conquer new land.
Hoisting up the
I'm conquering.
Fantastic.
Tell us a bit more about the full moon in Libra, since you mentioned, because you just talked about the water element, which I was talking about before, because we're all like tired and so forth, because the water, we're not being able to be sustained with the water element. Could you expand on that?
Yes, I mean, I'm an Aries, so right now I'm like what you said, the anger and all that. It's like, wow. But I like to always do on the full moon, the water cycle. What I do is just really consciously do a meditation, drink lots of water, and while I'm drinking the water, I make sure that water is washing my body, my cells, every cell properly. You notice the first on the full moon you feel bloated and everything, and then after you start feeling better. But the full moon in Libra, because it rules the kidneys and the bladder and the skin, is a great one to start this process. Like for example, Cancer moon as well. I think they're great, all the water moons, and Libra, because it's the kidneys. And it's a great time to start that cycle. I know it's a bit odd at first to sit there and talk to your body like it's an entity outside of you, but that's what I think we should do, and talk to every cell. I like to do my little moon ritual, which is I put a glass of water the night before with my favorite crystals inside. I leave it overnight outside, and then in the morning, first thing, I do this when I just drink the water and make sure to start this cycle. The water gets stuck in the body. It's not that we go to the bathroom and we pee as we drink. It doesn't work like that. The body has an intelligence on its own, and it's going to release water or retain it, depending on a lot of things, emotional.
Yes, and that's right. Yes, I agree.
The cycle of the month, the part of the month you're in, there's different aspects. And with the full moon, we tend to retain a lot of liquid, because the gravity is keeping all the liquid up. So I always say, make sure that liquid you're putting in your body is quality, because it's going to stay there for a little longer, and it can either be cleansing your body or it could be causing more trouble. So I try to stay away from coffee, caffeinated drink, sugar, at least for the time. Like you say, the Cancer moon was a perfect time to start this cleanse and finish it on Sunday with the full moon. And because it's the kidneys and also all of this, you're going to also see it in your skin. Libra also rules the skin. So check your skin and see how hydrated you are, if you need more water, or if you are in need of other kind of cycles and therapies. But it's basically that. It's just take the time and make sure your body knows this water can be released, and your water will come in and it will replenish the body. That's what we talk about on the retreats.
Lovely, lovely. And also Libra moon. I love Libra. My moon's a Libra, and I love. It's all about finding our balance, but also bringing out love and making people feel lovely and warm and cozy and friendly.
As an Aries, it's a good change of energy for me, to learn to balance my energy. Aries moons are crazy.
Certainly is. But there's a cardinal though as well, because you've got Aries cardinal and you've got the moon in cardinal signs. So it's a great time to initiate things. That's absolutely lovely.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much for dropping in. Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
Have
a lovely
loads
day.
of love to you and everybody up there. Send our love. And that's lovely. You take care. Big love and a vegan burger. Love and a vegan
Yes.
burger.
Vegan. Yes.
Vegan.
For everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Well, that was very nice. That was very nice indeed.
So Janina is doing Vedic astrology, which is different. It's also based on the sidereal card, not the tropical card. So it's different to the astrology that we practice, but it's very, very interesting because it talks about the body and the elements and the health and what you should eat and what you shouldn't. You just saw a little example of it. It's a different astrology. Is just so. There's so much to it. There's so many ways of doing astrology. I love it.
I'm doing a course at the moment, diploma course in medical astrology, which is looking at the right herbs that the body needs and the right different times of the year, the different foods it needs. Plus, I'm doing the same thing and doing Vedic astrology course as well to tie it all up together. So it's all about feeling good. And sometimes it's just nice, isn't it, guys? Nice, guys, just to look up at the sky and just see those beautiful clouds and just drift away. Do you like that feeling when we just drift away? We could do this right now. That was so nice. So, guys, if you've got pictures of clouds or nice horizons, sunsets, sunrise, whatever it is you'd like to do, please send them in. We'd like to thank everybody who posted all their clouds in, including Guiomar. I sabotaged them off her Facebook page, by the way. I told her I was going to do it, but
yes, those pictures, half the pictures were mine.
Yes, those pictures there were from Canada, the UK, Scotland. There was also Portugal, and in there as well was Spain. So there's a little bit around the world. So any other guys there? Guys, you've got some nice pictures of sunrises, sunsets. That we absolutely brilliant. But yes, even the producer there says brilliant. Yes. So wonderful. Okay, right. As we produce the show, I think it's time for a little bit of this. Okay, so we're going to start doing some readings, guys, because a few of you have written in this morning and you've submitted your details. Thank you very much indeed. And we're going to work with you guys. Now, we were looking at one particular lady, but unfortunately she's not here, I don't think. So we're just going to move on. The first person we're going to come up to here, just work with this now, is going to be, yes, here we go, Midia. I think Midia, you're first one up. Yes, first one up the blocks. This 9th of July, 1984. This is Midia, Scorpio ascending. Oh, yes. And
Like me.
yes, I'm Pisces. We're all in the water gang. Yo, gang. Yo, we're Earth. I don't think you're Capricorn, no, are you, Midia? I think you're something else. And we've also got the colour yellow, love reading or whatever else. Well, love is the most important thing. Let's go a bit of love. Okay, right. Okay, so if I start tuning it here, start picking up what I'd like to say to you is Midia. Yellow, I love the colour yellow, and it's interesting here because I get the logical side with you at the moment. Would you understand here if I start talking logical? Because logical is not necessarily romantic, but logical here is very much about tuning into that feeling here. I need to feel myself in a place of balance, a place of being able to feel secure, trust, things like this. And as I'm talking here, there's this there's two very nice gentlemen here who are coming through. And the first gentleman here I like to talk to here is on the father's side of your family. And he's actually saying here that, would you understand here that, he's just saying here, would you understand you do not need to rush this at the moment? You do not need to rush this one little bit. That's one of the things he's saying. I've got another gentleman here who'd also like to come through. And he's saying, but I know this gentleman who's coming over. I know him. He's been through before. He's saying to me here, would you understand about dancing? And would you understand about things that you do with your feet? So similar to dancing, it's not, I don't think it's running. It could be a type of sport that you do in a, like baseball, for instance, using your feet a lot. Wherever a partner's coming in here is connected to feet. So it's someone that you either have likes dancing or dances with you, or does something around feet, because this is so important. I'm being told this very clearly to say to you, the energy I'm picking up here is with a guy who likes to be physically moving. It's interesting here because I think you need someone who is quite physical in a way, like their fitness or they're healthy and things like this. And would you understand here too that there's probably it's a learning gap here, I've got to say here. The learning between misunderstanding of ourselves before we then find out, hang on a minute, I know where we're both coming from. We've got to be open, honest with ourselves. He's got to be open, honest with himself here, and then the connection's there. So it's almost like we have little barriers here and there. But Midia, just got to say to you here, this is a nice energy. But look for the guy who does a lot on his feet. Dancing, baseball, for example, something like this, or things like that. Not baseball, basketball. It could be baseball, but I just pick up feet. But dancing came through first of all. So someone who wants to do this with you, but it looks like someone who's great fun, but there's a little bit of like shyness perhaps before this actually starts off. So that's what I'd like to say to you. Go on then.
So, Nydia, well, you're a Scorpio rising, Sun in Cancer, almost conjunct Venus. And there's a North Node conjunct Chiron in Gemini, which is I find interesting. I'll translate now. And Moon, Uranus in Sagittarius. So all this together, and that Mars, Saturn, I don't know because I don't know the exact time. So I don't know if it's in the 12th house, in the first house. But there's a thing about that with that Moon in Sagittarius, knowing makes you feel secure. Not knowing makes you feel insecure. But then that Chiron Gemini says on the one hand that you're not sure of what you think, and together with the North Node, it says you have to listen to the other person. So I can easily imagine with that Scorpio rising and Sun in Cancer that it is very important for you in a relationship. Mars in Scorpio too. It says Nydia. Mars and Saturn conjunct Mars in Scorpio. So I don't know if it's in the 12th house or the first house. So it's like when you're in a relationship, you need you feel secure when you feel that you know what's going to happen, and that you're right. But it's very easy for situations, things, the other person to throw you off balance. But it's very important for you to understand that the other person is different and not create more separation, um, because of that need to be right. So it's about learning to be right, to know what you know, understand that there are things that you don't know, and that the other human being is just somewhere that you can explore new ways and new visions of seeing things. Because if you want to be right in a relationship with that Cancer sun, you're going to push people away very quickly. Cancer sun, Scorpio rising, it's I don't trust you, I push you away. Saturn in Scorpio, I'm afraid of being too intimate, so I need the security. But if I need somebody that's solid, that's secure, the image you were giving, Philip, is like it's quite a man, right? But at the same time, that type of person, which on the one hand you might need, on the other hand, it's somebody that that will make you feel insecure. I mean, I'm saying a man because I don't know if you like men or women, I don't know, but just like it's that figure, no? Like you look in a partner for somebody that is very strong, but at the same thing, that strength, even though you need the security, it poses a threat to your sense of security that comes from knowing what's going to happen. So it's challenging.
It is, and I think it's about knowing how we are with the person you're going to meet that you're attracted to, but the pair of you will have this sort of feeling of how do we work this? How do I not push them away but draw them towards me? How do I work this? It's a little bit of working on this. Then this comes together. And from the producer says, if you have a reading on one of the Cafe Clairvoyance spiritual shows, please post a comment in the Cafe Clairvoyance group to enter the monthly draw for a free full reading with one. Now, with this, this is going to be this Friday the 26th. Yes, we got someone there called Fashi. Well, anyway, I can't remember their name. I can't produce their name, but basically is ignore them. Here's something interesting here, because with the cards, you've got the Queen of Clubs, which is great, so you're super friendly. But then the other cards around you are quite defensive. Hence what we're talking there, because you've got two cards there, a little bit on the defensive side. And this is showing me here as well that maybe there's still a little bit of a few issues about the past rather than working in the future here. This is really about letting go, moving on, talking, engaging with people, and learning sometimes here that we all have our little ways, but some of those little ways we have make us exceptionally attractive to the other person. Yes. Don't be just. Right, okay, yeah, so just to reiterate there, on this Friday's show, which is the 26th of March, and during the show there's going to be a monthly draw which will pick your name out of this. Ray Louise says, how do I join a list? You join the Cafe Clairvoyance group, you have a reading on the show, and if you have and you put in, for instance, on this show, put in your details, we'll do a reading for you and comment on it either on the Cafe Clairvoyance page or in the group. We then enter you into the draw, and then we take them. We've got a basket here by the side. We spin it round and take it out. How's that? Good. Right. Okay. Let's move on down the line. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay. Very on the point, Phil. It's volleyball and dancing. Oh, wicked. Now, I've got to tell you, I've got to own up to this, because I'm having an experience here which happens on specific times. But the person who told me this about you, Midia, was Eric. He is there. And he just tells me little bits of his own. And he's enjoying this. He loves doing this. And it's so nice. It is so nice. And I just get this feeling here. Now, you're probably saying, who's Eric? There's a wonderful friend of ours, unfortunately lost his life last year. last year, but it's lovely to know he comes through. Right, okay, next up we've got is Lucy Hinks. She's gone for 13th and 10th, 1984. Pink general reading, please. Reading. So, okay, Lucy, as I'm tuning into you here, first of all, right, I've got this lovely lady here who wants to come through first of all. She said, I've been so wanting to come through. So to come through. Now, the 10th, that's October. There's a birthday near though, isn't it? It's not yours though, is it? Because yours is 13th to 10th. But this lady here is telling me, and I believe this is your mother, the way she's coming through and talking to me, because she wants to say here, she's talking about the house. She's talking about the house. She says here, there's loads of decisions to be made. She says, well, just don't put barriers in the way. Don't put problems in the way. She says here, whatever you want to go and do, do. That's her thing to you. Don't create unnecessary problems we don't need, because we're creating them, or you're creating them. And she's telling me here as well to say to you, she says here that there's a guy around you somewhere, but I'm laughing, but maybe I shouldn't laugh, who's got the hump. Maybe it's got hump. No, but it's got the hump. Yes, it's got the hump. It's like, yes. Don't even go there trying to pander. I would say to you here that just let people come round in their own way here. So that's probably going to help you out. And if I'm listening here as well, to say to you here, would you understand here about whispering voices, Lucy, in your ear? Whispering voices, like you're hearing spiritual things. And if I said here in your ear, it's your left ear. And would you understand here, why have I got to say Dr. Martin boots? You know, the big boots with the laces up? I've got to say this to you. I don't know why, but I've got to say this to you. Maybe you're getting back into them. Maybe you're something about boots, or how this means here. I don't know. But I've got to pass the message over to you. And just to say to you here, but I'm also being shown here, Lucy, to say loads and loads of laughter, please. Loads of laughter. Pink is a lovely colour. Pink is a lovely colour with the energy around you. And I feel here you don't need to go and stress yourself with too much at all. That's generated by ourselves. Go on in, far away.
Yeah, okay, it's similar there's similar issues here, similar themes to what we saw with Nydia. Lucy is a son.
I want to buy Doc Martin boots as they are vegan. Wicked. Oh, fantastic. I hear my mum in my left ear. Yes. Magic. Good. Sorry, I interrupted then. Sorry, carry on.
So she's a Libra conjunct Mercury. With Venus, and then there's a Saturn in Scorpio with no aspects, and there's the Moon conjunct the Node with no aspects to anything else. So, and Lilith in Aries with Jupiter, Mars and Chiron. So I would think about, mom whispering in the ear. There are psychic abilities here.
Yeah. Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, especially channeling abilities. So.
Yes,
so it's interesting that you cultivate that. By the way, Phil, this, see if I do it. Phil,
yes,
does a course on channeling, so that's always interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's practicing more channeling, and with that Sun Mercury, just let yourself do automatic writing, that kind of thing. That would be very helpful to develop the channeling side of you, like asking questions and writing down and things like that.
My God, this is lovely. This is so lovely, so lovely. You got the 8 of Hearts, which is lovely because it's what it says here is you're moving on. You're moving on from an emotional past, and you're moving into happiness, which is beautiful because the 10 of Hearts here is always about something which is fulfilling. It's like the end of a journey which may have been hard, but it ends up being wonderful. You also got the Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades here is knowing yourself and not taking yourself for granted or anyone else for granted. It's about dealing with what's real. That's the strength of the energies here. And again, you've got the 3 of Clubs. So the 3 of Clubs is like, well, come on, light-hearted, up we go. Enjoy life on the up-hearted level there, and then we're in a good place. How's that? Lovely to read for you. Okay, let's go and pop down the road. Let's go and speak to Effie. Effie, whereabouts are you, Effie? What part of the world are you in? Effie. I wonder, yeah, it looks very nice wherever you are there. Lovely, lovely to read for you. And she said, blue, professional reading, please. Right, okay. Would you understand, first of all, Effie, that you've been studying books? I get this, first of all. I want to say about studying books. I'd also like to say here, would you understand here that you've had too many fingers in lots of different pies? Lots of different pies here. 30th of 5th, 1976. Sorry. Two fingers in lots of different pies. And sometimes that's confused the issue. Would you understand that a little bit? But as I'm talking here and feeling from the spiritual side here, I also get a connection from a gentleman who wishes to come over. And again, I pick up he's on your father's side. His voice was quite deep. Got a deep voice there, Effie. And he says here, France, but I'm from Cyprus. This is great. Okay, it's lovely to welcome bonjour and wherever it is, hello in Cypriot. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway. So anyway, so
Catalan. It should be Catalan, no? Don't
Catalan.
they speak a variation of Catalan?
What,
so,
in Cyprus?
Bon dia.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. Bon dia. Bon dia and bonjour. How's that? One of the two. You're going to understand there. Right. Okay.
In Cyprus.
Yes.
No,
okay.
Oh,
Calamira. Calamira. Calamira is like hello. Right.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. It's Greek. I was thinking in wrong island.
I love this. That's why it's best ad hoc. Always the Return to the Planet show. You can't ever do it. Right. It's Lucy as well. Just saying it's the anniversary of her mum. So there was a celebration there. So that was lovely. Anyway, this gentleman I am talking to here, he said to me here, he says he was quite an angry man, Effie. I say angry, he was like quite firm, quite bang, 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 bang to the point here. But now he's over there in the spirit world. He says here that he wished he should have been a bit quieter. But he's very, very happy to come through for you. Now, if I'm working here, would you understand there was something to do with health or well-being or the medical side with you somewhere, please? Would you understand? So just hearing bits here. And would you understand that you were doing a course of some kind to do with a medical approach? It doesn't have to mean here to say you're working in a hospital, but would you understand a slight medical approach? Because they're giving me, we've got loads of comments here about good morning in different languages now. This is brilliant. But they're giving me here an approach to do with well-being, if I put it that way. But there seems to be something medical here, and they're saying to me here to say to you that there's some maybe around August this year will be a completion of something for you to be able to restart yourself. But they're quite clear with that month of August with you, and I'd like to say that to you. And also, I'm feeling here. Would you understand? In the meantime, though, you just got to dress up. Go out there and enjoy yourself and just let the career life sort of work itself through. Would you understand this? This is what they're saying to me. And I know you've been frustrated about a career, but they're saying to me, hey, look, sometimes put the work bag up on the shelf and put your dancing shoes on and go out there, Effie, and go and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. That's what I'd say here. Hopefully that you understand that. Eleni says in Greek, Gaia Sou. It means hello, Gaia Sou. So that's lovely. If we've got the Greek version, we got Calimera, and we got Bon dia, and we got Bonjour. So we've got the whole lot. Hello, Europe. Good morning, Europe. How's that?
Spain, 3 points.
3 points. Yes. United Kingdom, nil point. Always. What happens is the brotherhood of man. It all went wrong.
Yeah. We're the losers. We're the losers of Eurovision.
Aren't we just? Never mind. Okay, right. Yes. Far on down the road there. What would you like to say?
Basically, because you're a sun in Effie's a Gemini, sun in Gemini, and moon in Gemini. So with sun, moon in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, it's very easy. Also Lilith, Mercury, to fly off into the mind, and to what this archetype does, if you're not aware, is that your thoughts get permeated by collective thoughts. So you think that what you think is yours and it's not, right? So that in the long run makes you feel more more insecure. So it makes you go more and more into the mind. And the way to protect yourself from that is like isolating yourself, doing things on your own, and not trusting other people. But your North Node in Scorpio says that you're here to leave, and Uranus and in Scorpio, leave that traumatic past. There's a traumatic past of not being able, that doesn't allow you to trust people, but that spins you off into the mind more. So it's very important to um, respect your own thoughts and connect with your own inner authority, similar to what we saw before. No, so I guess it's a general theme for the day.
Yes.
To your own authorities, that you have your own reasons for doing what you want to do, and really it's nobody else's business. So it shouldn't also be your business what other people think about things. It's just a question of, okay, we communicate, we share, we see if we agree or don't, but it's not. We've equated in the past agreeing with somebody means that you belong and means that you're cared for. So that means you can't respect your own thoughts. So that's not the truth anymore. Now, what is true is that you have your own thoughts, your own way of seeing things. And the more you respect yourself, the better you can come out with your own authority into the world and
Very
respect others.
interesting. Very interesting. Okay, right. That is interesting stuff here. Now, what I pick up here too is I just looked at the cards. This is unbelievable, but I've got to go with it. I can't reshuffle them. Exactly the same cards from previous reading, but I work with them in a different way. Jack came up again as well, but there's a slightly different card there. I can see you're tired. I can see sometimes you think, oh, I'm just exhausted. And your 8 here says, I just want to move on. I want to find something I really want to do. Keep going. Keep going, because you're going to find it. And also here, you are going into a training of some kind. You're going to do some more exams, education, things like this, learning things here. I guess sometimes here we do too much. This is why I've got fingers in different pies. And just be careful a little bit. But do watch that energy level there a little bit, that we're not getting a bit too tired. Yes. Yes.
And because and all that is studying different things, it's a bit the same thing. So if you study just to, oh, I believe exactly, 100% what this person does, then you're losing yourself in that person's body of knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's really about, we should each create our own body of knowledge, our own cosmovision of the world, and respect your own view, which is a mix of everything that you've learned.
But thank you very much. That's brilliant. Oh, this is lovely this morning. Lovely energy. And hope that helps you out there. Right, let's go and pop down the road. And Eleni Sava, good morning to you. You're 28th of the 1st, 1998. Oh, you're a spring chicken. Chicken.
So young.
As young as the lambs of Easter. Is that right? Anyway, young anyway. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Right, okay, Eleni. So you've gone for black. Now, sometimes here people think, because you've gone for black, it means it's gloom and doom. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Black is a great transition and where we're coming from one place to another. And it's interesting here because would you understand here that one of the things you'd be working on, Ellie, is to heal the heart. I'm seeing a big red heart, which is your heart, is healing the heart and understanding more of who you are and what you're about. And would you understand here, you're seeing maybe there's a time you went into a type of recession, you stood back and think, oh, where's life going to? But all of a sudden now, you'll start to get a little bit of like a ray of hope. The ray of hope is in yourself. Now, as I'm talking here, I have a lovely man. Right. Okay. 2 things here. Wow. I have a lovely man who wants to come through and talk to you, who's connected on the mother's side of your family, but it's related along your mother's line. Mother's line is not above mother, it's on your mother's line, like mother's brother, a mother's uncle, a mother's cousin, someone like this here. But this gentleman here who wishes to come through, and as he talked to me, yes, because he's got very black hair. He isn't an old man, and he just stepped right through, and his energy is wanting to say to you here. He says that you're right to believe in you. And would you understand here that you thought you were going nutty because you were starting to experience things, feel things, sense things, and see things? That's right, because you're turning quite psychic, quite spiritual, because your spirit guide is here as well. One of your spirit guides has just stepped through. And it's interesting here because I want to put my hands together because this is what your spirit guide is doing, and actually acknowledging you here to say here that he's here to work with you. And here it's a he. And what I actually see here is like a gentleman who is like a monk who wants to work with you spiritually. He is here to say that your path in front of you is nice, but he's also talking about here you moving home. You're not staying where you are. In fact, here you are unsettled, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Sometimes we get annoyed with thinking, I don't know where I should be. Yeah, great, brilliant, that's fantastic, because wherever it is, you're not in the right place, and just go with it. You just sort of go with this. And I also pick up here too, if I say here, information about what you're doing here. You want to learn astrology. They're just telling me. And also here, would you understand it that you'd like to work with people to help them out in a way similar like this, whether you're doing psychotherapy, astrology, leadership, spirituality, all this stuff here, because it's all there. But you're also got a writing element to you as well. So you've got a real bundle of energy, but you just needed to accept this and tap into it. There's a lady over there as well who's also a nurse, and she's connecting with you. And she's actually in your family line as well. She's just saying here, she's pointing you the way, the road ahead, like the yellow brick road. And it's not a fantasy road, it's a road. Yes.
Yeah, so Eleni has, I'll say it in a row, like how it happened. Venus in Capricorn, then Mercury and Neptune also in Capricorn, then Sun in Aquarius 8 degrees, conjunct Uranus, followed by the Moon also in Aquarius, and Jupiter at 28 degrees in Aquarius, plus Mars at the conjunct Jupiter in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, Saturn in Aries. So basically what I'm saying is that your planets, except for 3 planets in the North Node, are in the same signs and degrees of all the chaos that is happening this year and last year. So that means that your life is like mega chaotic, something that your North Node in Virgo is kind of like, what?
How do I handle this? Yes.
Yeah. So basically, the way to handle it is just let yourself flow, let yourself go, wherever life takes you, and just be in the move. Just go forward, and life will take you where you have to go. And don't force it, don't fight it. There's Lilith, Neptune. It's all about not resisting, just letting yourself go with the flow, wherever life will take you. The more you learn to flow, the easier it's going to be.
Well, you're going to stop the past. You're going to stop the past. Boom. That's it. It's almost like you're making a decision and say, I'm not going to be the same as I was in the past here. I see you getting securer in yourself. You're not a walkover. I never said you were in the first place, but this will be highlighting even stronger. You're going to want to learn more about you, learn more about where you're going and what you're doing. And then there is love in front of you, but love happens in 2 ways. Love will be, yes, with partnerships, but love will also be through the spiritual side with you. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll do something here, and it is very powerful for you.
But with the North Node in Virgo, so going with the flow doesn't mean you just sit there and let things happen. With the North Node in Virgo, go with the flow is always in movement. So whatever you do, you move.
Yes.
Because with the South Node in Pisces, if you stay still, it eats you up.
I agree with that, and also I think here too with these energies around you at the moment is sometimes here, if people don't understand you or people don't get you, that's their problem, not yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Having said this, for example, there's a difference between these type of meditations where you just imagine you're somewhere else and all this stuff. I don't think that's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
The more practical, like movement meditations or going out walking in the nature or in the sea, anything that involves movement is going to be good for you because it'll help you settle all the energies that go through you.
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Lovely. Okay, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, right. Right, first of all, guys, two things you may be interested in. Do you like networking? And do you like getting on social media and pushing yourself out there, whether it's through work, whether it's through creativity, whether it's through art, dance, whatever it is? If so, this will be for you, guys. This is a masterclass startup which is on this Friday. There's still a couple of places there. There you go. Several places. And it's all about networking and social media strategies, coaching, goal setting, things like this. So if you're interested, Cafe Networking. It's the sister one to Cafe Clairvoyance. Cafe Networking. It's a masterclass there. Okay. And you'll find all the details there. And also, Do you like, for instance, I read through cartomancy, which is playing cards like these. And I also work numerology, which is combining the numbers together to get the energy, to get the answer to what you're going through at the present time. And so if you're interested in that too, then the other bit here, just looking for it, there it is this. And that starts on the 12th of April. 7:45 p.m. It's a Monday evening. If you're interested in combining cartomancy with numerology and also in this we train in mediumship, a little bit of, as we say here, that Guiomar was saying that we do channeling, we certainly do, because we like to use this energy to do it. So if you're interested in that, guys, give us a shout. That's also in the Cafe Clairvoyance group, and you'll find details there. In the meantime, what a lovely, 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 lovely show it's been. What a lovely morning it's been. Sorry to go around to everybody. Also, Lisa, sorry you had problems with your Facebook, but we're on again on Friday. On Friday, I'm joined by Tess Sandbrook. She's coming in, and we do the Moon and Heart series, which is Moonology, and we also do readings, things like this with the cards. But Guiomar, what can I say? As per usual, lovely, lovely, lovely show.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everybody.
And thank you to the producer of the show, and to everybody who's joined us today, and wish you all a wonderful day wherever you are. And yes, we'll see you very, very soon. See you guys Friday, 8 p.m. And also I'm on this Sunday evening at 8 o'clock EU time on Instagram doing live readings there. So I'll see you guys there. In the meantime, mwah, big hug.
See ya.
Big burger. Take care, guys. See you soon.